guys, it's KO Crafts, and I'm going to finally show you all my ceramic pieces that I've done in my Ceramic 1 class. Before I start, I want to just mention that there's a few things that I'm not going to show you because one broke and I threw it out, and two, it didn't come out good. I'm only going to show you what I think was perfect to show you and what I thought was acceptable to keep. And another thing too is that if you see my camera is a little bit high, it's because I'm using a really good tripod I have, and not the tabletop one, so that I can get everything in and show you, like this big piece for example, which you'll see later on in the video. And I also am going to go in order of like the pieces I made. Now the bowls might be kind of out of order, but they're all like basically made at the same time. So I'm going to start off with the K. The K was a tester piece I had to do. I had to make a piece to test that had to be fired and with the glaze. Now I did do a K with it. The K came off when it was being fired, and it did break, which I will show it to you because, you know, here's the little K that broke, and I didn't like it, so I made a new K. I decided to come out with a plan B, and I made one with air dry clay and painted it with just gold paint and covered it with the Sculpey gloss glaze and just glued it on, and it worked out great. The K is glazed with Blue Robin A glazed, so this piece was glazed like with the ceramic, and it's really cool. And I know it's not really a flat, like level flat. My intention was to be level flat, but when I was working on it, I didn't have the right tools to make it flat. Like I didn't know how to make it really all even and stuff, so I tried my best, but it still looks great and I love it. So here's my K. Then we had to come up with a piece combining two objects. So I combined a mason jar and one of those green lids from those Kraft cheese that you pour onto your spaghetti, and this is what it looks like. Now it came out really cool. The only thing was that I kind of was iffy about was with the glazing, and I did have issues right here because this piece right here did fall off, but I did like score it and made sure everything was attached, so you can kind of see a little mark right there, which is fine. My intention was to make it for paintbrushes, which I'll show you. Like I'll demonstrate right now to show you. So here's some paintbrushes I have, and they can just kind of go right in here, and they fit. But I think I'm going to use it for my mom out sticks instead, since they're longer and I need to organize them better. But the glazing for this was very kind of hard to do. That's why it came out like this. But you know what? From looking at it, it looks really cool. I mean, it's unique. That's why I kind of like it. I know it's kind of look like it's all messy, but when you're glazing, it's very hard to do because the chemicals, when you combine them, like it can turn into different kinds. That's how it is. It all depends on how you apply it, and so. But it looks really cool. So this is the second piece I made. Then the next thing was to make cups. Now the cups are kind of difficult for me to do on the wheel. We had to do these stuff on the wheel. So this was just a cup I did, but it's not really trimmed because I didn't really care if it was trimmed or not. And it was really, I guess it was very hard, so I just dipped it in white Melodica. I don't know how to say it, but it's a glaze, and this is what it looks like. And then I did another cup. Now this cup is very unique because this is actually two cups put together, because we had to make a certain height and certain width kind of cup. So I put two cups together, and it kind of came out like a little mug version with a spout. So I thought it was really neat. Now I was not intentionally trying to get the brown. I was actually trying to get it like the blue right here. But when I did the glazing, again, it's all about how you apply the glaze. But it looks really cool. The handle is hand done, so I did do the handle and attached it. So this is what my cup looks like, and I will be using this for like pencils or my color pencils. And then the next thing I did was this cup right here. This is my favorite cup. I call it the K cup because it's got my initials. Now, I am going to mention that the crown is air dry clay. I did have a crown on there. However, though, one of the little crown pieces broke off. I didn't like it. Everything has to be perfect with me. So I tried taking just the crown off. But the problem was it took off part of the K. The reason was because it was so bone dry. When it gets bone dry, you don't want to take anything off because it would just take off everything else or break. I was lucky the cup didn't break, but I had a plan B. So that's my plan B, and this is what my cup looks like. I actually hand painted all this with a brush. This handle was very delicate. It did break a couple times before it got fired, and I did put it together before it got bone dried as well, and I tried not to touch as much, and it survived, so that's all that matters to me, and it came out really nice. These little white dots were from the molds for that mom melt mold, and I actually hand precised everything, trying to make it all straight in a line and go around. So this cup is like my favorite, and I did do a really good job on it, and everything that I did, the trimming, is perfect. Now I'm going to show you the bowls I made. I have about 5 bowls, and those bowls, they're short, like small, like not big huge salad bowls, but they're bowls. So I don't know which one I made first, so I'm just going to show you like just whatever where I had them in. So here's a little white bowl I made. I actually hand brushed this all, and it was like messy looking, but when it came out of firing in the kiln, that's what the oven's called, it came out like this, and it's really neat, and all the trimming is perfect because I was taught how to do the trimming, and I did very well in this. So there's one. The next one is this one. This one, again, I tried to just do blue, but instead the brown came through, and it's plum, actually. That's what it's called, plum. And I tried to do just regular like blue, but it didn't really work out. So, but again, it looks really cool because like all marbly, and I just like it. And I'm going to use this stuff to hold my crafting stuff. Here's another one I did. It's a white bowl with the white melodica, and it has a little bit of pink in here, but the pink kind of shows through a little bit, but not as much. I hand brushed the pink on, and I think I dipped it in white. I'm not really sure what I did, but this is another bowl I did. And again, everything is perfect in the middle. And then here is one of my bowls. Now this bowl would have been perfect if I kind of like went out more, but like I had an issue on the wheel. So, and it kind of looks cool though because it's kind of like unique. It's one of a kind. And another thing too is that I got the color I like because I just dipped it once in that color. I didn't dip it in any other color. And here it's all perfect again on trimming. So, and it actually became like a square when I was doing the trimming. When I was doing the trimming, it like kind of got pushed in, but before that it was round. So, but I thought it was really neat. So here's my other bowl, and then I have another bowl right here. This bowl, again, it's small. It was done on the wheel. There's a little extra glaze. It's because the glaze ran a little bit. Now you have to be careful with glaze because glaze can run sometimes depending on which one you use, and it can get on the bottom. It can get stuck to the shelf, and if it gets stuck to the shelf, it gets like glued on. So you have to use like a hammer to get it off, and that's what happened with this little piece. A piece of this glaze got on the bottom. Like one little drop can make it just stick. So I have to just sand this part off, which I know this one has a little defect, but again, it's okay. So it's a nice little blue bowl. And I did forget to show you one other cup I have, which is right here. This is another cup I did on the wheel, and the handle, and it all came out pretty cool. I know the handle's a little thin at the bottom. But again, this one I was trying to do the same effect with the blue, but again, you know, it didn't work out. Plum came through a lot, and again, it kind of got stuck to the shelf. I do have to sand this down. I heard grinding it down with a machine might make it shatter. Hand sanding it might do better, so I'm going to have to hand sand it down when I get a chance. So here's the cup, and it came out really cool though. And I did discolor it with the marker on the edge just to match it. The last item I'm going to show you is this big huge box. Now again, you know I love Transformers, so I decided to do, for my last project, we had to do some type of like structure item, like a box, 4 walls with slabs. So this was all done with slabs. I hand cut out the Autobot symbol with a stencil I had. I had his nose doubled so that it can be a handle, and it came out really nice. There are a couple defects in here that I wish that didn't happen, but it happened because of pockets. Like, I guess I didn't maybe score enough, or just some air got through and it just expanded. So I'm just going to show you quickly. There is a crack on the side. However, though, my teacher / professor said that I can fix it with some grout that you use for tiling and stuff. So I know somebody that'll be able to help me fix it, and just take some acrylic paint and paint over it. And then on this side too as well. And that's about it. I mean, that's only the defects really in some of these spots, but all in all, I love everything I made. Don't care if there's like a defect here and a defect there. It's all like one of a kind, can't find in a store. And I'm really proud of myself because I never really took ceramics before, and this is the first time ever that I have took a ceramics course and actually like did very well in. So those are all my little pieces I made. Try to get them all here to show you one more time. Maybe we'll do a little panoramic view. So thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. Bye.